Hey, Russell Pearson, welcome back to this very rusty production. I seem to be doing all these things at night, so I decided to get some lights on in the back there, just some temporary things while I'm cleaning the place up a bit. Clearly we still need to be doing a lot. Look at the roof, look at the cobwebs. There's a lot of work to be done, but today we're going to be getting on to welding the sides onto the forge plates that I've got. So these plates that are going to be going inside inside the drum forge that we're going to be creating. So I'm going to be welding these plates, as I said in the last episode, putting these brackets onto the back of the plate so that I can screw them in to those bolts right there. So join me. So we have our bracket roughly centered there on the plate. We're going to tack it with a couple of welds in here, and then we'll make sure that it fits the forge, and then we'll move on to the second one. So I've got my piece all clamped down onto the table here, and the only thing is I'm just looking at the angle of the bracket, and I really want, when the plate's on a diagonal and then the bracket's there as well, the plate's going to have to go a little bit further than the bottom of the bracket, otherwise it's going to leave a gap between the bottom of the forge and the side panel there, and you're going to get things like coke and stuff caught up underneath. So I'm just going to tap it in a little bit, and we'll get it around about the right place. Now I am guesstimating this pretty much. I don't have I could probably just run a straight line actually. Let's see, what if we can use this other bracket maybe? Yeah, that's not a good idea. Hey, dog, edge up. That might be a good way of doing it. That looks like it's like a lot further in than it should be, but I think it's right. That's kind of the point. All right, I'll get the welder ready, and we'll go from there. Alright, got my helmet, got myself a fresh rod, put it in here, I've grounded it onto the plate, power on, start warming it up on the back of this plate. Alright, cool. Yeah, take it in there. Two. Just put a tack down the bottom. Look out, dog. Alright, that should be good. Turn that off. I'll go check it against the drum, and we'll see if it's in the right place. So I'm pretty happy that it's all in the right place. One of the welds there is not great, and it hasn't really kept, but the two other tacks are fine. So what I'm going to do now is just go around and finish that off. I have tested against the drum; it does fit. I think we're on track. You know what? I don't have any gloves on, and the reason I know that is because I just burnt myself. So I'm going to put some gloves on, and we'll get back to you. good. So here's the result of that weld. I think I'm getting better, but pretty much it is on there, all right? So the only thing that was very interesting was when as you can see, I am on a wooden workbench. So I'm welding under here, I lift this up and yes, we were starting to burn right through the wood. So I just need to be a little bit careful of that. I might just take it a little bit slower and let it cool slightly as I move along. I'm going to do the second one now. So here's something interesting I thought I would show you. Now I've put a weld up along here on this bracket, and we've got one clamp over here on my left. What I've started to notice, and what I noticed in the other panel as well, is that this one's starting to lift. So it's actually, because of the heat in the center, we're actually starting to warp this plate. So what I'm going to try, the other one's done and it's got a slight bow to it, but what I'm going to try is clamping this side, clamp that right to the table as hard as I can, and then I'll finish the weld, and this time instead of actually just taking it straight off this flat surface, I'm actually going to let it cool on there and see if that makes a difference. Which is a bit of experimentation. See how we go. I'm just taking it a little bit slow because I did start to burn right through the plate there for a sec before. So I do want it to have a proper feel, but I don't want it to get crazy hot. Alright, that's not too bad. I'll finish this up and then I'll come back to you. Alright, so there's the weld. Again, as you can see, I am actually getting better each time I do this. Certainly not great, but anyway, it's on the way to somewhere. Okay, so I've clamped these down. It's still slightly warm, but it's not hot anymore. I'm going to unclamp it and see what we do with the what that means for the warping. Come here. Yeah. Shut that one off. All right, so it's still, I don't know if you can see there, it's still slightly warped. You can see maybe the bowing a little bit there. It's not too much of a problem for me because basically this is what it's going to do in the end. It's going to be going up into here. And if it's a little bit concave around these edges, I don't think that's much of a problem. So I'm pretty happy with that. Be able to get the whatever that's called in the middle. Let's call it the plug. I think that's a great name for it. Let's call it the plug. Okay, so this is where we're at. I'm really happy with that. Basically, we'll be able to put the bolt upside down and into the plate and then screw it down. And the next thing we've got to do, we run over to here, is actually finalize this frame so we can put the drum onto it. And I don't see why we can't do that tonight. Now, while I think I can do that frame tonight, I think this will probably be the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching. And look, if you're enjoying what I'm doing here, if you're enjoying the mistakes that I'm making, please subscribe. I'm going to have a whole bunch more of these videos as we go. Russell Pearson signing off. Thanks for watching.